Hi, I want to talk about vagina equity. Right now, we're currently in a season of social realignment, and I have something I want to put on the table. My vagina. My vagina has always been good to me. She got me out of some really sticky situations. She gave me a life partner. She gave me children. We've had some challenging times and some very good times too. She used to be admired. I think she's still beautiful, but as time has passed, there hasn't been that much interest in my vagina anymore. She's sort of dry, flat. There's really no oomph to her. Her once silky hair has progressed into a very stubborn, thick, grayish hair. So coarse, it's more coarse than you could imagine. She's thorny with wrinkles. To me, it gives her character. It makes her seasoned. And what does seasoned mean? Well, if it means that my mind, my body, and my vagina have all marinated and matured from the variety of experiences that she has had, some great, some not so great, then I'm seasoned. I'm less sweet now than I used to be. I'm spicier, and spice is always nice. But not everybody sees seasoned the way I do. When I go out, I feel very confident in my seasoned self. I feel invincible. And then when I'm around younger people or older men or people in general, I feel like there's a government conspiracy to make women like me feel invisible. Don't get me wrong, they're paying attention, just not the kind of attention that I used to get. It's different now. For example, I used to get invitations to parties in the mail. Now I get mail from AARP, from Social Security, from banks about reverse mortgages, and funeral plots. Oh, I'm hot stuff in the old woman let me help you category. And oh, the letters from Medicare, that made me feel like I was done, over seasoned, because the information and the way they present it is so damn confusing. You got to know about Part A, Part B, Part C, Part D. One is for the hospital, one is for doctors, one is for prescriptions, and one gives you an advantage. But for what? I still don't know. So I just stopped going to the mailbox. I'm staging my own protest. I used to enjoy watching my stories on TV. All My Children, Days of Our Lives, General Hospital. Now I think about those titles and I wonder if they were a setup to get me used to how I'm feeling now. I'm bombarded with commercials to make sure I get the pneumococcal shot, the flu shot, soon to be the COVID shot. I got me a checklist going on those. And what is it with all this penis worship? I've seen more commercials than I ever need to about erectile dysfunction and their saviors, Cialis and Viagra. Let's be honest, you know a man created those over-the-top commercials that simply aren't true. Viagra makes him super desirable. A woman with gray hair is called old. A man with gray hair is somehow distinguished. A woman whose vagina is dry as the Sahara Desert is told, oh honey, don't worry about it, you don't need it anyway. But somehow a broken penis gets a 911 response. And now with Viagra, it's magically reborn. They say it's needed because women half my age are magically turned on by a man twice my age. Their strong penises give them power to drive cars like James Bond. They run faster, they can jump higher. It's like they suddenly turn into superhero with rods of steel. Give me a break. First, that's a fantasy from an old man's mind. The men I know see a woman half my age in a low-cut blouse, and they're gonna pass out before they can ever take that damn pill. The only women that are gonna be handling on them to do CPR and handling their bodies or their penises is a nurse. But what about women? Seasoned women like me. I mean, I eat healthy. I go to yoga classes. I take Zumba classes. I even lift weights. And I'm down for adventures. All adventures. I go to doctors and see all the professionals like I'm supposed to. I go to my internist. I see my dentist. I go to a dermatologist. I go to my ophthalmologist. It's been a while, but I finally decided to go back to the gynecologist. You have to check things out, you know, to be sure they're still working and haven't dried up too bad. You never know when my vagina might decide to get back into the game. Vaginas are the real superheroes. They are responsible for birthing everyone on Earth. Seriously. So you think she would be worshipped? That they would find a magical Viagra for her, right? Wrong. I can't even pay anyone to look at her. I tried calling a couple of gynecologists to get an appointment, but they either said I needed to go back to my primary care doctor to get a referral, or they flat out refused to see me because of my age and I have Medicare. That's the other alphabet. N for no. What am I supposed to do? I need to go to the type of doctor who can talk to me about my body, a woman's body, my vagina. And just like we wouldn't trust her to just anyone, there's a difference in the way certain doctors will care for my vagina. The primary care doctor sees everyone, male, female, old, young, children, but he rarely talks with me about specific needs and experiences. The doctor never asks me about how my girl is doing down there. Is she happy? Is she giving me problems? The only questions are about my heart. Do I have sugar? Is my brain working? Newsflash, sometimes my vagina itches. Let's talk about that. If I took my panties off, I think my doctor might pass out. Get me a gynecologist. My GYN was my primary care when I was pregnant. Why is it so hard for me to find one now? Why does it feel like a younger vagina is more valued than an older one? She's got experience now. She's spicy. She needs even more care to keep things going. She needs a specialist who understands what she's supposed to feel like, smell like, how she's supposed to act at every stage and every age. I need a specialist. After all, I am special. Remember, I walk around with a true superhero between my legs. Okay, so they say this is a man's world. Then let me put this in penis terms. Imagine you're driving a race car like James Bond. It's an expensive car. A Bentley. You're driving along and all of a sudden your engine acts up and you have a choice. You're gonna drive it to the specialist or sticking with car references, the dealer? Or are you gonna take a 15-minute in and out checkup and oil change? By going to a generalist, like a primary care doctor, where would you take your most valuable possession? I guarantee you would not choose to take your Bentley to the Jiffy Lube. So why are you making me take mine? Make my vagina great again.